Enemy taking C.
So hello YouTube, this is World War Black Ops Pro, and today I'm going to talk about the Havoc DLC, but before I get into that, I'd like to respond to some things about the last video, because some of you guys seem to take it the wrong way. Now, the last video is about how Ali got banned, and kind of what I thought about that, and how I thought he got banned. So I'm going to get into that right now. So some of you guys were thinking that I didn't think Ali was a good player. Now, I know Ali is a good player, because in Ghost, I remember he showed us his stats, like, he had like a 3.8 KD, and like, a really high win-loss and things like that. So I already know he's a good player, guys. But yeah, some of you guys also thought that he doesn't reverse boost, but you know, why else would he get banned? So let's look at that ban for a second here. So that ban looked exactly the same as the ban I got the other day for apparently for reverse boosting. I'm not sure how else I would have gone banned, but my reverse boosting tutorial video has gathered a significant amount of attention. So what that means is that most likely that ban originated from my video because someone at Sledgehammer or like saw it and they're like, okay, let's ban World of War Black Ops Pro. So that's exactly probably what happened. And then yeah, so I'm thinking it's a reverse boosting ban because it looks exactly the same. Now, other ways you could get a ban would be like glitching or hacking or doing something else like that. You maybe use offensive language. I'm not really sure, but Elliot doesn't seem like the type of guy who would do that. I mean, he doesn't seem like the type of guy who would glitch out the map or use any other sort of exploit. He doesn't look like the guy who would cuss at someone and just do things like that. Like, he doesn't seem like that type of guy. So what I kind of drew a conclusion that he reverse boosted. Now, of course, this was all speculation because we don't have any hard proof that, okay, yes, he did reverse boost. Because the only way we're gonna get something like that is like if he comes out and tells the community that, okay, guys, I reverse boosted, yeah, and I don't think that's ever gonna happen. So all we can do is speculate. So he would actually have a high. The reason why I think it's reverse boosting is because bigger YouTubers have higher incentive to reverse boost, because especially if they do it for a living, then they're under high pressure to get gameplays to make their commentaries on. So if they're having trouble getting it in a regular lobby, or they just want to get or maybe they can get gameplays in regular matches, but they just want to improve their gameplays, they might turn to reverse boosting. And you know, all the evidence that we have so far seems to point in that direction. Although maybe I could be wrong. Maybe he's not reverse boosting. I'm not sure. But and guys, I did know that the whole Justin Bieber thing that he was talking about. Yeah, I knew that was a joke and stuff. But yeah, but when I was watching that video, I just thought it just seemed to me like it was kind of like a cover up to kind of cover up the real reason he got banned, because a lot of guys probably haven't got banned on AW yet, so you don't know like exactly what I'm talking about. But the ban looked exactly the same, so I just assumed that he was reverse boosting, so that's kind of why. So yeah, and also the video wasn't really against Ali A or anything. I was just kind of using him as an example because, you know, a friend of mine pointed out a video of his that was talking about him getting banned, and I thought that would make an interesting topic. But also the video was trying to bring up the, just kind of bring up the thing that Sledgehammer Games isn't applying the ban Sledgehammer to just casuals. They're also going after big YouTubers and other people who may want to reverse boost. So they're kind of being more fair about that, because let's be honest, guys, if they were only going after casuals and not after YouTubers with over like 1 million subs who do the exact same thing, like blow themselves up with a launcher or something, then it'd be unfair, and that would be unfortunate if that happened. But that's not what I think's happening. So yeah, nothing against Ali A or anything, but that's what I just thought, and it just appeared to me because, I mean, you could tell the whole thing that was planned out and everything, like the whole video was. And I kind of knew it was a joke because of that whole thing is kind of a ridiculous explanation for a simple ban. So yeah, that's enough about that. So let's get into the Havoc DLC. Alright, so there's going to be 4 multiplayer maps as usual, and a zombies map, which is something new that's coming to Advanced Warfare. They weren't originally planning to put in zombies in, but I'll get to that later. But first I'm going to get to the multiplayer maps. So the first map is called Slideshow. Or Sideshow, sorry, not Slideshow. And it's about it's a clown map that of course takes place in an abandoned motel, and there's like clowns everywhere, and the map streaks even the cannonballs that just come down from the sky and like have rainbows on them or something, like rainbow cannonballs. Now, the map, in my opinion, that map looks kind of out of place, especially in a video game that's kind of based on is a military shooter. Like it's based on like military. It's based on like military stuff, and it just looked out of place because we're not fighting on a battlefield. Instead, we're fighting at something that looks more like a carnival or an amusement park, and it just doesn't look like something you should see in a Call of Duty game. I mean, we saw that in Black Ops 2 with like maps like Rush, where it was a paintball course instead of a battlefield. So, yeah, it just kind of looks out of place, and I think those cannonball things, they just kind of look like they're probably getting annoying. I'm not sure. Maybe they're not going to be overpowered or anything, but they might just be annoying. So, anyway, that map's not too special, but that is probably one of the most unique maps in this DLC. Let's get on to the next one, though, which is Urban. Now, Urban is probably going to play exactly like Detroit and Ascend. Well, it's probably just a mixture between those two maps. That's what it looks like as far as I can see. It's going to be probably play more like Detroit, though, because of the urban setting. But instead of Detroit, it's going to be like Dallas or something. So, yeah, it's going to play very similar. It's going to look very similar. Although it's going to be a new map, it's just going to look, play, and feel similar to a map we already have. So, and yeah, I just don't feel like it's worth getting that one either. Get the DLC for that one either. I mean, it doesn't look like a bad map, but it doesn't look great either. Let's look at the next map. This is Core. Now, Core is supposed to take place in like a factory or a nuclear reactor, but I think it's a nuclear reactor and somewhere in the desert. It looks okay. I mean, I haven't seen too much of that map yet, but I think there's some. I think there's a map streak where you can call in drones or something. Like drones just come out of nowhere, start attacking the enemy team. If that's the case, I mean, I don't know for sure, but I saw something like that in the trailer. It may be overpowered, I'm not sure, but map streaks, I'm not a big fan of map streaks because they take very little skill to get, and they can do a lot of damage, especially like with the ones in Ghost, because you can get like a free chem strike for essentially just getting like a teabag kill or kill while prone. So, yeah, I mean, the map streaks aren't quite as overpowered as that they were in there, but they can be annoying and overpowered like they were in what you call it, in Comeback, like with the Walker tanks. Hopefully it's not something like that, but you know, that map, other than that, the map only looks okay. It doesn't look great, but there's still one more map we haven't talked about, which is the map Drift, and it takes place on some snowy mountainside with a carousel in the middle. I'm not exactly sure why the carousel in the middle. Honestly, it just makes it look like another map we already have in the like the exact same DLC. I mean, this sideshow looks like a carnival, and so does Drift, which is another map, which is a snowy map, and it has a carousel in the middle, so that makes it look like carnival as well. And the avalanche mechanic, the avalanche kill streak, essentially map streak, it just it seems overpowered. I mean, it may be like a DNA bomb where it just kills your entire team just because some guy teabags someone, or actually that's not how it works in this game. That's how it could have worked in Ghost, but like just because they got a care package, which they could have gone using support, so that's probably going to be an overpowered / annoying mechanic. But now let's get into what have you all been waiting for, which is the zombies. Now, guys, keep in mind that they were not originally planning to make zombies. It was actually a last-minute change of plans after this game came out, and they realized that not nearly enough people were playing this game in order to make a good-sized profit. So they decided to take something that has been successful in the past, aka in Treyarch's games, and implement it into their game in hopes of making more revenue to kind of offset the cost of developing this game, because I'm not even sure they're pulling a profit at this point. They're making a profit because sales have been extremely low, and so have people who've been playing this game. So what they hope with zombies, hope to accomplish, is to get zombies fans to play this game, to get multiplayer fans to play this game through the multiplayer maps, and also to get maybe more people to buy this game just to try out the zombies. But ultimately, it's not going to be enough to save Advanced Warfare, because guys, in the trailer, the zombies map literally just looks like more hallways after hallways, like close quarters combat. I mean, it doesn't really look like they're gonna bring anything that new in it, and in fact, it looks more like it just extra survival, just with zombies patched in. So I'm not sure what Sledgehammer is thinking, but yeah, it just doesn't seem like that good. They're probably not gonna bring perks or anything out of that stuff back, or pack a punch, because that's old Treyarch's ideas. They're not gonna do that, and just because guys, keep in mind this was a last minute addition, so to their DLC, they weren't originally planning to do this. So, you know, if you thought Advanced Warfare is rushed, I mean, just imagine what the zombies are gonna be like. That's gonna be rushed too, and at this point, based on what I've seen, based on what I've seen from the multiplayer, based on what I've seen from zombies, I don't think that it's worth buying this DLC. I mean, I don't really see any redeeming factor in this. I mean, the AE4 Wonder Weapon, or not Wonder Weapon, just multiplayer weapon, doesn't even look too good either. I mean, I picked it up and it doesn't. Sometimes its shots don't even connect. It just kind of feels weird when you use it. So I wouldn't buy it for that either. So really, there's really no reason to spend $15 or even $50 on the season pass just to get this game, just to get this just get the season pass, or to get this DLC. I just don't see that's worth your money. And plus, like, do you really want to give Sledgehammer Games your money after how rude they've been to people on Twitter? You know, just casuals like you and me. Like, apparently, if you don't have at least 100,000 subscribers or some sort of MLG clan, you're gonna get a sarcastic remark from Mike Condry and Glenn Schofield on Twitter. So anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this gameplay commentary. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, and thanks for watching. This has been World War, and see you guys in the next one.